out of here. Y'all funny. Oh, this speaker must not be on. Damn. Oh. I'm wondering what's wrong with it. Oh.
How you gon' be my fraud about it? And you breaking laws about it. After they gon' fall about you. Supposed to be my dog about it. You supposed to be in, you all out. Keeping it real, I know I died. Some fuck niggas that got you brown. Fucked in the house, but I still can't house. The way these bitches switch, man, you gotta say fuck all the time. The way these niggas is, man, you gotta say fuck everybody. Now I hit them all without you. Now I hit them all without you. Thought that I was gon' fall without you. Thought that I was gon' fall without you. You know I can ball without you. You know I can ball without you. I can do this all without you. I can do this all without you. You know I can ball without you. You know I can ball without you. I can do this all without you. I can do this all without you. I'm still gon' stand tall without you. I'm still gon' stand tall without you. You know I can ball without you. You know I can ball without you. I can do this all without you. I can do this all without you. All without you. Better do when she stop politic. I can't even lie, she the baddest of bitches. Shorty so bad, got you hoping and wishing. Shorty so fat when you talking, she listen. Put that little money up, cause Shorty gon' get you. Put her friends on and she play her position. Shorty so fat, she can have you with niggas. If she don't want you, she make you invisible. Rats on me, nigga, you know I'm going digital. Broke down, I'm getting it, I made me a miracle. Foreign little bitch and she speaking on syllable. I fuck with that bitch cause she seeing my visual. Classy little bitch gotta fuck with a criminal. She big on the morals of goals and principles. She know she running shit just like the principal. Rapper and trapper ain't go at the institute. A couple of athletes, some actors and some models, just to name a few. And even though the big street, she hang with nurses, lawyers, and scholars too. You probably couldn't even afford what she shot at. Bragging on your hoe, you know she can't top that. Wet nigga, wet hoe, you know can stop that. Watch how she pull off and then let the top back. You better do when she start politic. I can't even lie, she the baddest of bitches. Shorty so bad, got you hoping and wishing. Shorty so fat when you talking, she listen. Put that little money up, cause Shorty gon' get you. Put her friends on and she play her position. Shorty so fat, she can have you with niggas. If she don't want you, she make you invisible. Better do you when she stop all the tickets. I can't even lie, she the baddest of bitches. Shorty so bad, got you hoping and wishing. Shorty so fly when you talking, she listen. Put that little money up, cause Shorty gon' get you. Put her friends on and she play her position. Shorty so fly, she can have you with niggas. If she don't want you, she make you invisible. If she don't want you, she make you invisible. If she don't want you, she make you invisible.
Why your heart still broken? Why your tears keep falling? Why you can't find real love when it's right in your face? Baby, what about us?
Can you promise love and trust?
Baby, what about us when it's right in your face? Baby, what about us?
What about us, baby? What's cranking? No time waste, let's make it happen. She do foreplay, shit action. On soft fast, we don't need a mattress. Boy, we can tell you each coin where the cabbage. Shout out to fine, finna change her status. Girl, you look good and you know you the bad. Everybody can't have this, she a classic. Fuck all that past shit, girl, that's the past tense. Soon as I seen it, I knew I had to have it. Fuck to your favorite song, do it with a passion. Step out and kill it just like an assassin. She wanna be bae, she calling me dad. She calling me poppy, she calling me pat. Bitch, I'm on board, this nigga rack, I know we can match.
Why your heart still broken? Why your tears keep falling? Why you can't find real love when it's right in your face? Baby, what about us?
Can you promise love and trust?
Baby, what about us when it's right in your face? Baby, what about us? I know you're tired of being broken, baby. Whoever lost you gotta be crazy, girl. Wipe your tears, let me see that little pretty smile. I know it's hard trying to trust, cause it's been a while. Baby, I want you, I need you, I like you. Make you a promise that I'll stay right by you and keep you protected and show you what love is. Baby, what about
What
us?
about us, babe? All the tensions drive me crazy. Matter of fact, I'm going insane, cause your life just ain't the same. I give you all of me, cause I love you and I need you. I'll take it all back. I give it all. What was your question? I've learned a lesson. Yes, you're a blessing. You mean the world to me, and I'll give you everything. Yes, I know it took a while, and I love your crooked smile. Drop them plans for today, cause it's love for us to make. And I'm sorry about yesterday, never meant to make you
Why
feel
your
that way.
heart still broken? Why your tears keep falling? Why you can't find real love when it's right in your face? Baby, what about us?
Can you promise love and trust?
Baby, what about us when it's right in your face? Baby, what about us?
Baby, what about us?
Oh yeah, oh boy, this shit banging.
Nigga, you broke no combo. Beating up trap like Congo. You know trap jump like Pogo. You beat left nerd in my polo. Getting to the money, getting to the bag. Fuck these niggas, I'm solo. I'ma get a little money, I'ma get a little cash, but I'll never really cover hold up. Nigga, you broke, no combo. Beating up truck like Congo. You know truck jump like Pogo. You big left none of my polo. Getting to the money, getting to the bag. Fuck these niggas, I'm solo. I'ma get a little money, I'ma get a little cash, but I never really come for hold.
Let's go, big boot, call your hoe up and then scope. I'ma get up in that bit and I'ma showboat. Tryna get up in your mouth like a soap boat. Big boss gon' talk, no host, no post. Run check up, nigga, y'all slow poke. You'll never get boot with the bozo. Snitching ass nigga, you the po-po. Everybody around here know that's a no-no. Never get low. Everybody know if you go broke, nigga, you got a hallway, want more. Bitch coming back like a yo-yo. Bitch fishy face for the whole space. Counting on rats on go broke. I can't trust these bitches, they so. Yeah, for this hoe, cause the hoe chose. Nigga check, keep it on the low. Bitch ass nigga be acting like a hobo. I can't fuck with no broke bitch no more. Beating up the truck, you'll think I had a Congo. I just invited 2 bitches to the condo. Fucking that bitch with her face in the window. While her little nigga in there playing Nintendo. If you my nigga, we stand 10 toes. We gonna get to the bag and then hoes.
Nigga, you broke, no combo. Beating up truck like Congo. You know truck jump like Pogo. You big left none of my polo. Getting to the money, getting to the bag. Fuck these niggas, I'm solo. I'ma get a little money, I'ma get a little cash, but I never really come for hold. Nigga, you broke, no combo. Beating up truck like Congo. You know truck jump like Pogo. You big left none of my polo. Getting to the money, getting to the bag. Fuck these niggas, I'm solo. I'ma get a little money, I'ma get a little cash, but I never really come for hold. Bitches on me like Sinead. Bitch get me, that's payday. Get to the bag like every day. Bitch, I'm on go like green light. Bitch, I'm everything that it seem like. Don't trust these niggas, I'm clutch. Went about to chopper with a green light. Nigga tried me, I'm a duster. Diamond water, had to order the chopper. I can't let it get rushed. Mapping young nigga, wipe a nigga nose. Put up on the block, so the whole low. Big chopper when they hit, ain't no kick. 20 bitches into me at a kick. Nigga try to send a hoe with a shit bag. Shots a hoe, send a hoe with a big bag. Fat nigga, she gon' eat on a big man. Ride the dick, shawty said that was 6 flat. Caught the jug, shawty said it won't sit back. Listen, the jigger came up on the big bag. Talk with some money, you know we gon' get that. Nigga complain, get hit with the whole man. Nigga, you broke, no combo. Beating up truck like Congo. You know truck jump like Pogo. You big left none of my polo. Getting to the money, getting to the bag. Fuck these niggas, I'm solo. I'ma get a little money, I'ma get a little cash, but I never really come for hold. Nigga, you broke, no combo. Beating up truck like Congo. You know truck jump like Pogo. You big left none of my polo. Getting to the money, getting to the bag. Fuck these niggas, I'm solo. I'ma get a little money, I'ma get a little cash, but I never really come for hold.
Oh boy, you went dumb on this one.
What's up?
Hey yo, Ren, turn that up.
Christian Louboutin, let's shop at the store. Chanel, man, she want her some Dior. The way we ball a nigga who keepin' score. Walk in this bitch and then everything yours. Good cash, keep you sharp as a sword. Looking something like you can't even afford. Walked in, niggas opening doors. The way that she looking, you thinking your lord. She know how to shake it in the red bottle. She don't give a fuck what you say about it. If the money don't get you, then the head got you. If sex don't do it, then the bread got you. We just fucking in the bed while we lay like it. I'ma roll up the gas while she head topping. Bet your bitch call me Fred, way the bed rockin'. Ain't pussy and she ain't even said stop it. Pushed up, shouted, look in the cord. Let's make a movie, babe, let's record. Knew everything, cause she got destroyed. Be in your back and I broke out the board. Your nigga calling, you gon' keep him annoyed. She only fuck with him when she get bored. Lost trust, shit can't even get restored. He pushing up, this little mission aboard. Susie pull up, she play dead possum. The way you fuck, girl, I be scared about you. Let me know if I need the red dot. I don't wanna leave a nigga dead about you. How the fuck we get here, just want some head at you. And I know all the shit that they say about you. And that nigga only really want bread at you. And they say I fuck with you, the head doctor. Christian Louboutin, let's shop at the store. Chanel, man, she want her some Dior. The way we ball a nigga who keepin' score. Walk in this bitch and then everything yours. Good cash, keep you sharp as a sword. Looking something like you can't even afford. Walked in, niggas opening doors. The way that she looking, you thinking your lord. She know how to shake it in the red bottle. She don't give a fuck what you say about it. If the money don't get you, then the head got you. If sex don't do it, then the bread got you. We just fucking in the bed while we lay like it. I'ma roll up the gas while she head top. Bet your bitch call me Fred, way the bed rockin'. Ain't pussy and she ain't even said stop it.
my blessings. You having problems, baby. I'm having problems too. I know you have forget about your problems.
Okay. Welcome back.
Some of y'all done lost y'all minds.
This is my dysfunctional family.
Shout out to Ashanti and her boat driving. She drove the boat, on the boat.
I was about to, actually. I almost had
Drove
to
the
ride
boat on the boat.
I literally almost had to ride the
I said,
boat.
hold on, wait a minute. I was confused.
Don't be. Don't be. It's okay.
I was
It's
lost
okay.
for a second.
It's okay.
They're gonna have to be another topic on another day.
Come on, man. Why I gotta
bring
be
it up.
that
I ain't gonna bring it
topic?
up. I ain't gonna bring it up.
What's on your mind, man?
Nah, I ain't gonna bring it up. I ain't gonna bring it up, man.
You should.
Ashanti already gave us her week off air. You know what I'm saying? She just gave us a run by what she had going on. T-Dot, birthday week, man. It's a week away from.
It was.
You've been this age.
I feel special. I felt real special. Great birthday week.
What'd you do?
You know, did a little some of this, little some of that. You know, gentleman never tells.
Wow.
Some of this, some of that. You know, glory to God. I done seen her.
Wow.
You know,
Never tell.
and I thank God because you know a lot didn't see my age, and yet here I am. So I have no reason to complain, like at all. You know, I'm truly blessed, and I'm grateful for everybody that showed out, that showed love. You know, appreciate the family at the dinner table. They done threw catering and everything for me.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Thanks to my people at the barbecue. The barbecue was lit. Love the barbecue. Ashanti showed up like 3 hours late.
Okay. And I made up for it.
But we still, you know what I'm saying? We still did it big. Still went out and everything. You know,
y'all went out afterwards?
surprised me. Yeah.
I really wanted to come.
You know.
I showed up.
You know. So it was all good.
Did you really?
I did.
It was all good.
No, I showed up like.
They started it.
Yeah, me and Aaron popped.
They popped it off. They popped the champagne.
Bought him a bottle of De Leon because you know he always talking about he Diddy. You know what I'm saying? So I bought him a bottle of Diddy tequila. Popped the bottle. He was like, "Oh, I'm saving this." No, you're not.
No.
Drinking this.
Pop it open.
That's how he was with the damn Casamigo.
I tried to keep it.
I got an hour and 30 minutes. Let's party.
So yeah.
Cole, you did it again. What is your flight miles?
What
is your
You
flight
have
You know
to
what?
have a
I
car.
actually need to get me a car.
You
I
got
don't
it?
have
Serious?
one. I don't have one. I just be out.
Against
I just be out and going.
You need a whooping. Like for
I need to get one though.
the amount of miles that you just wasted this year.
It wasn't even this year. This was my first trip this year.
Not wasted.
You part of the Sky Club, ain't you?
This
Yeah,
year,
the
this
Sky
year.
Club. You know,
I need to be.
you
Cody, you
get
didn't go
that
to
room.
Florida. You went to Florida this year.
No, I didn't.
You went somewhere.
You lying on me at this point. I
went
was
somewhere.
home.
No,
You didn't go to
I've been-
Texas. You didn't go to Ohio.
No, see, look, trying to put miles on me
That was all last year.
all last year, baby. I've been chilling.
That
No,
was your first
this
trip
week-
year?
Yeah,
I went.
You touched on
yeah,
that.
yeah. I ain't went nowhere. But this week, oh my gosh, y'all, it was amazing. I can't wait to drop this content.
Shout out to that
It
little
was-
orange dress.
Yes, the orange dress
Oh
was
yeah,
popping.
that was
The peach,
lit.
You know,
Thank
you
you.
showed you was a Georgia peach there in that photo
You know
right
what?
there.
It felt so great. Like I can't even say good. It felt great. It was like the sun was shining. The people was nice. You know, I was getting me and my girlfriends celebrating my girl's birthday first and foremost. More life. You know, a lot of good people in the week.
Hold
Tourist
on.
season.
Let's just start off her trip.
Shout out to Julie.
She came up to my job and fucked the whole job up.
Sure did.
Fucked the whole job up.
Wait.
I'll go ahead and finish. I'll put it because it's a part of my week. So go ahead.
All right, so yeah. I went to the airport. Dawn was there, hooked the sister up. Hey, good too. Went on a plane feeling right. Feeling
Casamigos.
right. Casamigos and lemon.
Man, I think that's our new drink, y'all.
I think it is.
Casamigos, yeah.
But yeah, went out there. Was there for like 4 days, y'all. When I tell y'all, I legit like we did all the touristy stuff, food, pier, you know what I mean. But it was just a vibe for me. The Hollywood Walk of Fame touched on my stores, my stores that I love. But people really was like, "Where you from? You not from here? Where you from?" I was
That's
like, they was feeling the
homegrown
vibe.
right
They was feeling the vibe. They was like, "You look like an LA girl, but I don't think you from here. You give me a totally different vibe." And I was like, well, thank you.
Because LA girls aren't as homebody. Like they're more.
And that's what I had a couple people tell me too. They was like they more like uppity kind of, especially like with trying to talk a certain way. And they was like, just talk normal. Like, what are you doing? Like, be normal. And I don't know. It was just good vibes all in all. I'm going back. Y'all may end up seeing your girl living out there soon.
Yeah.
That's how I
Yeah.
feel about Nevada.
I'ma just say that.
Feel you on that.
Shout out to
LA's the
Cali-
place for me.
Shout out to the Cali swag.
Yeah. So Don, how was your week?
Mine was pretty dope, man. I got stuck in Fort Lauderdale.
I said you was out here traveling too. Why you
yeah,
trying to talk
yeah.
about me?
Oh yeah, I told Nisha we was driving to South Carolina, and I flexed on her. And I said we got to go to Bradley party, and I was such in a rush to leave because we had a flight. And I didn't want to tell you because I felt like
I would have spoiled it.
Yeah.
And told her. Yeah.
Yeah,
was
because I
like-
heard South Carolina too.
Yeah, I never tell her where I was at. I was on the phone with Bradley, and I wanted her to think. I told Bradley I wanted her to think that that's where we're going. I never told. I said I ain't telling you where we're going. She's like, I just don't want to go to South Carolina. So when Bradley asked me where I was going, I was like, bro, we just driving up to South Carolina for the weekend, and I wanted to make it seem
Making her mad.
Like-
You just making her mad.
yeah,
at that
like I
point.
wanted to make her like, oh, that's not what we're doing. But she was okay with it because she thought we were going to see her cousins or whatever. But no, we had a freaking amazing trip, man. Fort Lauderdale, like y'all know, I stayed there for a year, so I had a couple friends that I know down there. But it was crazy because I didn't even hang out with them. One of my homegirls from like childhood homegirls seen her when we was getting off the airplane. And we was like, "What you doing tonight?" We ain't got nothing really to do. We just she didn't even know we was coming here. So what y'all doing tonight? She was like, "Oh, me and my homegirl, we actually down here for a party."
Ooh.
So
Fell
There
into
you
a
go.
party.
yeah, she was like, just DM me. I mean, she just like, just text me because I got her number. She's like, just text me and I'll send y'all the information. She texted us by the time we got ready. It was like 1 a.m. We ended up not going and ended up going over to my other homegirl house who was having another party,
Okay.
which was more of our style party. Everybody was in there smoking and chilling. It was way more chill. Took some shots. Ended up at the casino. Casino was like the highlight of our weekend because we just kept going.
Huh.
Which
You
happened.
ended up on a boat though, didn't you?
The boat was the next day with the girls. So the girls called us back like, oh, y'all missed the party. Y'all should come to this other thing we doing. It's $100. All you can drink. All you can eat. $100 for 3 hours. I looked at her. She looked at me. She said, fuck it. Let's do it.
I looked at her.
I'm
She
with the
looked
shit.
at me.
Right, that's who you need to travel with.
Man, we went on that fucking boat. And I love the group of girls who we was with because they was like, nah, we get on the boat first. And I was like, I'm glad I'm with these motherfuckers. So, and then they split up the line. So I was the first dude with 5 girls. So I'm looking cool as shit right now. They're like,
walking
damn,
in.
who is this nigga with the 5 girls and the ponytail? Yeah, the little shit, yeah. But that shit was crazy on there. The DJ got cool with all the DJ on there, the host on there, security loved us. Ended up meeting one of the managers of the situation who invited us back to his house.
Oh.
And he had like his mansion, but we ended up going because it was like this might be some put us in the
Kidnap
trunk.
shit.
Yeah, so we ended up
You ain't leaving out.
In traffic.
We ended up going there, but we got so drunk that day. It was ridiculous because it was all you could drink, and it was $100. And she wasn't drinking fast enough for me, so I was like,
You was drinking for
"We
both.
finna get this $200 worth of liquor out this motherfucker."
Okay.
I walked out of there like this. I had 6 cups in my hands walking out of there.
Thank you. I'll be taking this.
Yeah, but then the next day our flight was supposed to leave at the casino again. She had hit for like $100, and I was like,
That's right.
all right, let's go. She was like, well, we got all our money back. I was like, all right, cool, fuck it, let's go back. Went back, stayed too long, got to the airport. It said check in too late. To rebook our flight was like $100 a person.
Oh, so this is when you got stuck at this point.
Yeah.
What,
So,
what airline?
Spirit.
Okay.
It was $100 a person. So I looked at him. I was like, all right, bro. But I went and looked it up myself, and it was only like $37 a person and $40 for a bag.
Oh.
It was $100 to transfer your ticket. And I was like, hey, bro, what about this? And he was like, oh, $137 for both of y'all with y'all bags. Let's do that. Let's go rent this car. We back into town. Because he was like, y'all got a flight at 6 in the morning. I was like, no, give us the latest flight tomorrow. If we got to spend a night, we spend another day. Fuck that. Found a random ass hotel. Met up with Kayola. We ended up meeting up with Kayola the next day back at the casino. Shout out to her. She gave me and Nitra $300 a piece.
Wow.
And
That what's up? Shout out to Kayola.
Sound like a wonderful
Kayola King.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
She gave us $300.
That's a
and
boss woman for real.
That was our exit. I was like, yeah, got our money back. Let's get the fuck on back to the airport.
K always been the boss chick for real, for real. Shout out
Yeah.
to K.
Love it. Sounds great. Sounds like everybody had a good. Wait, did you go?
She went off air,
Oh yeah, she did. All right.
Yeah, I did.
Well,
but she had a boat party, and she got drunk, and it ended up with
it
Bradley.
sounds like everybody this weekend got pretty lit.
Yeah, yeah.
a lit
It's been
weekend.
a hell of a
I
week.
love
It was
it.
fun.
We're enjoying life as we should. I feel like everybody should enjoy life as much as they can.
I made my first TikTok this weekend too.
Oh.
TikTok. I did this a thing. Oh yeah, you're
I still haven't made an actual.
Don't do
TikTok.
that.
Are you a ticker or a talker?
We don't do
I haven't
that.
even made a TikTok account, but I made a TikTok.
How does that even? On somebody else's. I understand.
Yeah.
All right. So about these topics, let's get into
So you're
them.
not a talker? Or is it a ticker? Or is it a TikToker?
I was supposed to be looking up our damn link to the show.
I make
I'm done with
TikToks
you.
from time to time.
Mm-hmm. So let's crack it off with why do we buy designer first, y'all?
Well, what's the topics?
It's all through here. So we got
It's all through this.
What we talk about?
So today we will be going about talking about the gas shortages. Why do people buy designer? What age is too old to have kids, to start having kids? Should kids have Facebook? Do we only get mad when black people bring their kids to work? And should it be a time limit on some relationships?
Okay. So they all sound like good topics. But that Bradley wanted to jump in on what again?
why do we buy designer?
Why do we buy designer? Shanta, you had a very, inquisitive mind about this.
I think it's biased
Did you
because I think it's only applicable to the guys than it is to the ladies. I just want to throw that out
I don't think so.
I think it's all right. Go
I
ahead.
think it's
I'm
both.
gonna say a lot more women are buying more
because a lot of
designer.
females we go get our nails done, and a lot of people they put the little designer logos on there. Of course, we're
Isn't
not
that
paying
copyright?
10,000.
I'm just playing. I'm
It
just
should.
talking shit. I'm just talking shit.
Dang, is it?
No,
Yeah,
hell
yeah,
no.
yeah, yeah, that
Is it? Because
copyright.
certain.
You can't put no Gucci symbol on
Give me
Maybe
Yeah,
putting
on
a
your
Chanel on
nails
their
or
fingers
whatever.
and stuff
I
like
mean,
that.
but
It
like
ain't
I think
real
it's,
Chanel.
like you have to look at the copyright, and
Which I get away with it.
when you look at the side, it'll tell. When you look at the copyright site, it will tell you exactly what you can and can't not print. Like Delta and stuff, you can't print anything, but you can like embroider things. It's like ways to get around being able to use their symbols. It's like you can put it on. You can't put it on a book or on a shirt, but you can put it on like a bag or some like a plastic bag. Like it's certain things that you can and can't do. You just got to get around it. But then they copyright all prints, so you can't like physically go print something a Delta symbol.
So this
on
is
there.
like a two-part question. So do you think? So first question: do you think men or women spend more on designer?
I think men.
I think men spend more on designer because I'm not buying no damn.
Hell, y'all,
Okay, cool.
y'all shop.
All right.
Y'all can shop
Hold on,
at
hold on,
Target.
hold on.
Okay. Go ahead.
That's kind of deeper. Because that's kind of deeper. And when I say buy for self, because if we know guys are probably spending way more money on designer for women. When I say buy, I'm saying
Like a bag or
Who
something.
receives more designer, women or men? I put it that way. Maybe that's a better way to ask that. Who
Who received? Now you
who
asking
has-
two different questions.
who has the most designer, women or men?
Women.
But who purchases it is men.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's
'Cause
what
I'm
that's
not
what
paying
spend most money.
It's men.
It's
Pay a
men.
Louis Vuitton.
Okay,
We-
that's what
we
that's what I'm saying.
purchasing
Those are
it for
two-
y'all.
Those are two different questions. You know what I'm saying? Because
I mean,
And I-
at this point. Go ahead.
no, I'm saying that's just two different questions. But I think that the real question is why do we buy designer?
And I'm not too sure as to why, because I wear my fake Gucci that been printed on there, or my fake.
Not the fake Gucci.
Listen, when I tell you, I am not about to.
She's
I am
proving my point.
I am not about to. No, because literally, like, it's a black lady that makes her own like Gucci stuff. At I guess out of her house. She's in Jonesboro, whatever. I go.
You finna get this lady locked
Listen,
up.
Right, can
no,
you be
I'm
quiet?
not.
You're supposed to be telling all of
You
us.
snitching right now.
Do they know her name?
really
I
snitching.
don't know her name.
You really
I don't know her
snitching.
name. I just go on
You
the
done
site,
told that lady
buy
her
her
address?
buy her stuff. I said, what city she live in? It be coming to me the next day. She fine, bro. Like, I buy some shit, and I don't even be expecting it to next week, and it come to my. I be like, what the fuck?
She dropping it off.
She is like clutch.
Okay.
Same
But see,
day.
but technically, all right, and I don't want to. I want to kind of stick on subject.
Yeah, stick
You're still buying it because it's Gucci. You get what I'm saying? So technically, you're still purchasing it in the effect of you're having designer. So technically, you're still trying to portray that you're wearing designer. So why do we wear designer?
I ain't trying to portray it now.
Well, I feel like the reason why we wear designer is because there's two different reasons why people wear designer, right? I feel like one reason is because the quality.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you get designer merchandise, whether it's shoes, shirts, jeans, belts or whatever, it's the quality is better. It's thicker. It lasts longer. What you say?
It better be. for fucking $2,000 for a goddamn pair of shoes.
But then it's also the trying to keep up with the Joneses type thing. You know, you trying to look fly. You trying to make sure you got the newest Chanel bag or Louis bag and the shoes and things like that. And you really buying it for other people. So sometimes it's just like, do you really need it or do you really want it? Or you
Does it even matter?
Just to have. Some people, I think I've known people to just buy it, not even wear it. Why do you have it?
Yeah.
What's the point of that?
Why you spent that money?
Why did you spend your hard
See,
earned
personally, I wear my outfits once. If it's like a really nice outfit, I'm not gonna wear it again.
Why?
Because I'm
That's
just
crazy.
because I buy so much shit. I don't got time to be reusing the same style I done already
She
had.
ain't got
That
time.
kind of,
She said she
Because
ain't
I
got time
wear
to
so
be
many, I buy clothes literally damn near every week.
Listen,
Don't nobody got time to keep
I put
wearing the
this
same
outfit
shit
together,
over and over
I spend
again.
my money on this thing.
Exactly
I was
why I'm
seeing
not
this
gonna buy
outfit
no
again.
designer. I'm not finna spend $1,000 for me to wear that shit one time. Because first of all, even since I was in high school, I would wear something. I'd be like, I can't wear that shit until at least 2 months because I don't already.
But at the same time, what you're saying is you don't buy designer. So and that's really the biggest thing of it. Like you're not buying designer. You know what I'm saying?
If I buy designer, it's gonna be Nugga.
You know what I'm saying? We design.
It's gonna be a designer that I know.
Yeah.
If I'm spending money on designer.
I mean, no, I don't blame you. I mean,
See that?
do you feel like
See that by
Yeah,
designer.
yeah.
Hell
See that by
no.
designer.
Throw the ball
See
over
that?
there.
See
Do you
that by
feel
designer.
like people
No,
buy
I'm-
designer for certain people
I'm a
or
frugal-
causes or
I'm a frugal shopper. I hit that clearance rack,
Ask,
but
ask them how much them
in a
glasses
designer?
cost.
you know,
Ask them how much.
I do agree with
much your glasses
with
cost?
certain things. I'd buy designer for the quality. You know, I do agree that some authentic things last longer.
See.
You know what I mean? Like the shades I'm wearing. Like, you know, I'll drop almost 2. You know what I'm saying? On some Ray-Bans.
Awesome glass?
Yeah.
You saying
show up
200?
Oh no, it's cool though because they got hit your prescription in them, right?
No.
Okay. That's
You better go to Olga.
No.
It's all good. Let him get-
Yeah,
let-
give me my
let-
2 minutes,
Sorry.
please. Here we go. All right.
It's been over.
And then also, because of the quality, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like the quality lasts much longer. Or I could have hit, a 2 for $20 shade stand, and then I lose them motherfuckers. They done broke, chipped, cracked, scratched up, or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Now,
Don't put the
I'm
loss. Don't put the loss on there.
So it depends on what the item is. Like, if I know I'm gonna use it for a while and this is gonna be part of my arsenal of shit, then I'd buy some designer.
Do you think men buy designer for women?
Yeah, I also think that because I mean that plays into hypergamy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hold on, wait. Hold on. I'm asking in that question when she asked, are you saying for women or for themselves?
When for themselves, but to impress women.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's the first thing a woman do is look at your shoes when you try to talk to them. Now, if I had some skips on, some Skechers, some damn water moccasins or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But if I had some nice shoes, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's a status, it's a brand, and I think that is the answer to our question on why we buy designer. We're actually buying status.
And
You know what I'm saying?
we got a comments here from Santana_bamboo. Says it's all about how you present it, whether it comes from City Trends or Payless. You either have flavor or you don't, and I absolutely agree. I mean, and some was it Brave Ox _? He feels like people buy it to validate themselves to others.
Yeah.
So it kind of comes off like you got money when you buy the designer, but really folks be buying this designer stuff
And can't
they
pay
don't
their
be having
rent.
money. They
They
can't
don't be
pay
having
rent.
money.
They can't pay their bills.
Nah,
They
that's
can't
out
take
of
care
order.
children.
But see, I
That's
think,
out of order. You should be able to afford it. Now, I ain't saying go out and go broke on something.
But that's what people do.
You know what I mean?
But is it?
Or they don't have a house.
Yeah, but you know, it's not just in our community. It's also in the corporate world.
No.
You go in a damn board meeting with some fucked up tie or some. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm not about to listen to this nigga. Like, you feel what I'm saying? They do it as a representation. It's presentation. You know, if I go in the boardroom and I'm Tom Ford up, I'm saying, hey, I know what the fuck I'm talking about. You feel what I'm saying?
You look like you know what you're talking about
You know-
because you can go in there and you can look the part, but then you can actually be talking a whole bunch of gibberish.
Yeah, but you're
got
not
the
gonna.
first part down.
But if you go in there in some damn overalls, you're not even gonna get the microphone.
I think that is so jacked up how you can
Yeah.
be judged by off of what you got
Definitely. We are such a
on. I'm
visual
not saying
people.
that you shouldn't go, about yourself
We are
being
such a
presentable,
visual people.
right?
Yeah.
You gotta be presentable in order to get something done right or be taken serious.
So my whole outlook at on it as far as like the designer thing is concerned, I think it is more of a status thing. You know what I'm saying? Anything is all about the status on it. If you can, it shows if you can afford this, then you're probably this. You know what I'm saying? That's the illusion of the situation. Even when it comes down to men wearing it for women. If I got on this Prada shirt, I'll probably buy you a Prada bag. You know what I'm saying? If I got on this Balenciaga shirt, I'll probably buy you some Balenciagas. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's almost like our advertising.
It's hypergamy. It shows what status of living, what quality of living you get from fucking with me. You feel what I'm saying?
That's a whole flex. That's crazy.
It's a whole
but
flex.
it also could be into. It could be to a whole nother. I just hurt myself. But I don't know where.
Just keep it going.
No, I was,
Just keep it going.
like, this is me. But in a sense, of
Pass it if you drop it.
design. No. Y'all,
Okay,
everybody just kept interrupting my 2 minutes, but I couldn't.
sorry.
It's kind of hard with your thoughts.
Say what you want to say, fool.
But like I was saying, if you have designer, it gives you a certain status in certain people's eyes. In certain people who think about it, I've been in situations where I've had on one of I thought was my dopest outfit, and I didn't talk to nobody because I feel like it's harder when you're in those. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you feel good, but you also it also puts like a stank on you. Like when you got on certain shit, you got like this. I got this shit on. You know what I'm saying? You better know that I got this shit on. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
When you at a more comfortable state and you're more in your comfortable state of what you're wearing, you're more of a comfortable person and way more approachable from others. So I think it's more messed up when you have on designer because it gives you this. You put on a status. You put on that I got this shit on. And I'm $1 million nigga.
Do y'all remember when back in
Back in the day.
well, I ain't gonna say like back in the day, nothing like that, but the season of life of where we was when entrepreneurship like really first broke out for our community, and we'd be going to these conferences with, you know what I mean, and then there's groups, these pyramid network marketing stuff, and everyone that was spoken, they would show all their accolades, they would show their car and what they bought and the brands they were wearing and all the brands they was a part of and stuff like that, and they would use that for gas to get other people to join them. You know what I
Okay.
mean? So they use it as a weapon, as a acquisition kind of thing. What's up, Shanti?
So I couldn't see the comments from the other page, but we have a bunch of comments up here.
What's the comments? Talk to us.
Designer
go to the people.
that panty dropper on the basic, what Apex Gold said.
Hey,
Say that again. It's
he
what?
said
He said
if you
it's a
got on
panty
designer, then they dropping them draws.
Then he said, yes, it's a panty dropper. Topics been on point lately. Friends and family, go to Saks Fifth. And he says, all about them racks. And then a new way to walk said, designer is overpriced, colors and the cloth. On the colors and the cloth.
Mm-hmm.
And then somebody else said, the beats say True Religion is dead. Y'all think True Religion dead?
Are they saying that because Bradley has on two True Religion shirts?
Is that what he's saying? Is that what it
And he
is?
said the cap a little skeptical.
Okay. Did he spell that right?
Okay.
Did he spell that word right?
So,
It says spectacle.
I mean,
Bradley get hate mail.
I done made it to the point I can't hate mail.
all right. Well,
I'm wearing another official, you know what I'm saying?
Well, thank you,
Okay.
Apex
Official.
Gold, if you still out there, because we sure ain't read your comments when you wrote. Sorry.
It's all good, man.
Hey, I done made it, y'all. I get hate mail now.
But no, it's all good, man.
That's
I mean,
what's
I
up.
think
I'm
I think
great.
We,
That's
we
what's
pretty
up.
much all agree that designer is not all that for us. It's not something that we just feel like we have to strive to do. So our community is a little bit different as far as when I say our community, us as far as our group of friends. We're not really studying the whole designer thing. I just know I was looking up and I noticed that a lot of people are into that.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
I'm glad it's not.
Always.
okay, go ahead. I'm
We got
But I
no
was
shit
just-
to invest our money in.
Yeah, we do. And it don't have nothing to do with it, but do y'all think there should be a separate Facebook for kids under a certain age? Should it be like Facebook Kids or some shit?
Before
Like
you jump
YouTube
into that, I
Kids?
just want to say this from Santana Bambuku. We can move on from this topic. But he said, illusion is the blindfold to reality. Wear what makes you feel the best. You damned who don't like it. Appreciate the ones who do. So, I mean, you like what I got on? That's it. I like what I got on. That's it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Whatever looks good, looks good. I wear it. And whatever I put on, it is designer in my eyes.
Makes me
That's
feel
it.
good.
Oh yeah, y'all can get away with that. I can tell you that now.
But-
Y'all can wear Target and we don't
But
give
we-
a damn. You know?
But I
But
think
yeah.
it's the same thing with dudes. I think we're gonna deep into this. Let's move on.
Let's just
Oh,
leave it
right.
on. Leave it
Move
on.
on.
All right.
It's a whole nother
So
topic.
you asked,
go
should
ahead to the
children
kids.
children 13 and under
I didn't
have
say
their
age.
own?
I didn't say age. We can come up with our own age.
Oh.
I don't know somebody. I know that was the age.
Well, let me ask y'all this: what's the age of a child to you?
That's an even.
Yeah, 25 and down.
I'm
No,
not
no,
playing
just-
with you.
18 and under.
I'm not playing with you either.
I'm serious.
When I hold you,
You mean
accountable-
like-
when I hold you accountable? I'll say like 16.
When you can or cannot.
I can. I hold you accountable at 16.
I feel
I
like
would
the
say
age
like
15 and
14,
under
15.
is
you
like
can
a
go get your
child
learner's
kind of.
permit. The reason I say your learner's permit because I trust you to drive my vehicle. So I say 15.
Or either like because you can get workers permit at 15, so 14 and under. I have a younger sister. She's 13, 14, whatever. But I still consider her like a child, so she depends on other people. You know what I mean?
According to
Full on. So having their own platform, like specifically for them, I feel like I don't know.
Thank you. A new way to walk.
I kind of feel like it's
Go for it. No, say what you
It's
feel.
okay to a certain extent because it's like when we had MySpace. You get what I'm saying? Like we had MySpace. It wasn't older people. Was it older people on there?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
Why
It
you
was
take
Chester.
back your message?
Chester trolling on
fuck
the
is
looking at
Chester?
y'all photos.
Oh, so okay. So like, get this. So when it comes down to it, it's like should children under 14 and under have their own
Hollywood KT said 14. Shout out to Hollywood.
have their own platform of social media? Some people say yes. Some people say no. People who say no is because they feel like it's giving a more open range for predators to be able to tap into the kids, to
here.
be able to watch them,
He's not here.
and they won't have no supervision. You get what I mean? But then there's some people that says yes because then it'll bring about the children together. It'll give them an outlet because at a certain point, TikTok was for the younger kids, wasn't it? And then grown folks started hopping on there. Somebody said,
took over.
Marcus.A. Nelson said, nah, they gonna be wildin', Gen Z different. And I mean, that's why I'm
Okay,
like half and
so-
half.
You got
Personally-
50-50. You
I'm like
50-50.
half and
Where
half.
you got with it?
Personally, I feel like how they have YouTube Kids to filter out the kids from seeing certain things, which they don't do a great job of that. But I feel like like he was saying, it should be a YouTube kid, Facebook Kids, or a Instagram for kids. I thought you said I could have sworn you said Facebook Kids.
I just made up a name for it.
But yeah, like I feel like it should be a certain age where your kids are still in your house where you can like allow them to have social media so you can monitor it and teach them the right way, because at some point they're going to get exposed to this, and you would rather them be exposed to it in your house to where you can guide them than go out on their own and find it and get into the wrong shit.
Whoa.
You can what? Why
That
are you
was-
going?
No, because that was so weird. Because we was having this discussion about weed. Like it sounded like you were talking about drugs. You literally.
Ow! She was talking about.
No, like listen to the concept of what she said. You don't want somebody to go out there and experience this somewhere else where they could possibly get messed up with it. You rather them. It's just just saying.
No, that's facts.
Right.
That's
The
facts.
fact of where we are in society as this is the new thing.
You're saying that
for, like,
apply to drugs?
Yeah, like it was drugs for us. It was alcohol for our parents. You know what I'm saying? And now it's social media. You rather do it, like the sound of it, like just how you just explained it was.
Right.
Like if nobody would have heard that first part, if it would have been blank, children, you know what I'm saying? It would have sounded like you were talking about something totally. I'm sorry, but go ahead.
Oh, I understand.
But you know what? That is kind of facts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you want them to, because at this point, I'm sorry to cut you off.
Are you fine?
At this point, social media it plays a really big part in our everyday lives and our children's lives too. And some people like commit suicide off of not being liked or being bullied through the internet.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So
you gotta
it's,
teach your
I
kids how to
understand.
have tough skin.
But there's a space after that because like YouTube to kids is what, like probably what kids like 6 and under, 7 maybe.
I think it goes up to like 11 or something.
So who would be on this Facebook? Like who? What age group would be on this Facebook? Like 12 to 16?
Maybe like 13 and under.
There should be a cap.
Yeah.
I believe it should be a cap, and then you have to go through like certain.
Too much.
Because think about it, teenagers, some of them start having sex at 13, and I don't want these 13-year-olds on the same platform as my 5-year-old that may or may not be having sex. You ain't never seen a 13
Why does a 5-year-old have a
pregnant
social media? It's like you two kids.
Well,
I
the
mean,
mother
my
created it
kids
for them.
have a social media account, but they don't have one that they're operating. They have one that I operate for them for their because Asher, he says he wants to act, he wants to model, all that stuff. So I made that for him for that purpose and for the purpose of the fact that when he was a baby, people be asking me to send them pictures every fucking day, and I'm not doing that shit. So I made him an Instagram, put the pictures on there, and y'all, if y'all don't got an Instagram, oh goddamn well, that's your fault. But he got this, you can see his pictures there. I'm not going to be sitting up here sending 10, 20 people a picture every day.
And I guess that would be my argument towards the thing. Like, if your parents, there shouldn't be a separate platform. On one thing that takes it away, and kids are brutal. Like, kids are evil. Like,
Yeah, and I don't want to cut you off, but Marcus says that he doesn't believe it should be one. Suicidal rate has gone up by 60% since 2012 in the bullying online community.
Yeah, and if you get them a super their own platform, and then I mean, I even hate to say this, there's so many sick motherfuckers out here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
Like, this is a complete like cesspool of just children. You know what I'm saying? Like, there be motherfuckers that just can just click on here and know it's out. Only reason I say it shouldn't be individual just because of it's the negativity. There's so many negative points about it. Kids starting to do their own little thing. I mean, it's cool. They can do it on this platform. Facebook has already been created. They already have those groups, age groups. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that none of this stuff can't happen on Facebook, but I think if you like just
if you separate them and give them their own
box, it's gonna be like a super horrible place. And then kids and people fail to realize kids are smarter than us anyway. Like kids, they're not smarter than us.
No, them people.
They're more in tune. Let me put it that way. Like, a kid can show me how to work TikTok. I'm 30. I'm not old though. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know how to work TikTok.
But that doesn't mean that they're smarter.
Well, they're smarter.
They're more advanced.
They're more advanced in the technology that's coming out. So if you drop something new on them for them to start doing on Facebook, is still our speed. You know what I'm saying? We still can understand what's going on. We can still go in there and check and see if our kid is being bullied or something like that. They create a whole new one. We're a step behind. Now we're trying to learn a whole new thing versus them coming into it.
But you make yourself sound like because they learned it, I can't learn it. You know what I mean?
But it's not for me to learn.
It's not.
I wouldn't say that necessarily, not especially if you're looking after your child. So let me see, what are you doing on this thing? And just like they learned it, you know, I think that's a crazy thing to say. You know what I mean? God forbid that any of my children could, you know, get through to something that I particularly can't. You feel what I'm saying?
You don't think you can't do that with your parents? Your mom's never asked you how to work something on a computer?
You know, and that's right. But everything that I did, my mother could do, but just didn't want to take the time to learn it. And that's what I'm saying.
But what I'm saying is, do you think that's because she just... Yes, she can.
Yes, she can. That's what I'm saying.
Why wouldn't you? Because now she has a child who can do it.
You have the capability.
That's a different topic, though.
That's what I'm saying. She has the capability to do it. But my thing on the subject is I'm for it. And I think that'd be a good move for the culture, you know what I mean, to kind of separate the platforms into... even with theirs to kind of have some regulations around it to where to this age group of people they're not supposed to see X, Y, and Z amount of types of content, for the sole basis purpose of exposing them to things before it's time. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we know that the world is gonna hit them, the world, you know what I'm saying, but I do think that it's bad to expose a child to something prematurely. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
That's super dope. I like that point. That's coming from a whole other...
Yeah, prematurely. This way it gets perverted. And the next thing you know, your child is going to school saying things and the teacher's like, where did you get this from and this and that? You know what I'm saying? Don't you know what we do on Facebook and all these other social media?
You're stopping a lot of that. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, to where people is actually conversating and pouring out their stuff. Everything is not for a child. When I was a child and my grandmother was having some friends or something or anything was over together, right? Mm-hmm. There's adults in here. Go upstairs. Go to your room. It's past your bedtime. Like a child is not allowed in this space.
Stay in a child's place.
You know what I'm saying? I'll get to that space, but to expose it to me prematurely, it may end up hurting me. So I'm all for that.
I never. I mean, and that's a way better. That's a whole nother light to look at it. I would definitely like that look out of it because if you make it where you can't put these fights up here, you can't put the sex shit up there. Like if it's something that like if you had to log into Instagram every time and you had to be a certain age, but how would they? How would they get past that?
Imagine Don Jr. going to you at 5 years old next and what's truffle butter? You feel what I'm saying? Like what? I don't like. You know what I mean? Or stuff like that. Like you don't want to hear that.
But how hard would it be to regulate something like that?
I mean, I
think
feel
it
like
would
the
be that hard
parents should be the
because
one who
there's
should
censorship.
set the account up, right?
There's censorship.
Like if you want
place
this
on
account, I need to be the one to set it up, and then there needs
So
to
Facebook
be.
would do like a verification nowadays, where they can start saying if we're really our
TikTok
age.
does.
They do.
Yeah, there's a verification. Like, I think after a certain point, it's either your parent has to have access to it. Like, there's some an email has to be attached to it. That
Kids
an
know how to
adult,
make emails though.
yeah, they know how to make them, but at the same time,
Yeah, I'm sure there's ways
it's a little
around
bit
it.
more. It's a little bit more difficult.
And you can't ask for ID because most children.
I mean, it can't be that difficult because my 6-year-old niece snuck and made one, and my like
years
yeah,
old?
exactly. My sisters, they're a reflection of their parents. So let's just say that.
I'm sure there's ways around it, but I think that the institution should be in place for parents to utilize.
Yeah, I'm definitely.
saying?
I think if that platform was out there,
Parental. They call it what? Parental guardianship. Or so, yeah,
so we'll
something
call it
like that
learn.
around there.
We'll call it Learn Book.
What?
Learn
book? I'll see.
That's a good one.
I like Learn Book because you can learn on here.
Okay.
You should be learning it at that age.
That's what I'm saying. Like at a certain point, when do you understand? At a certain age, it's like you don't want your child to be to just be introduced to. I don't want to call it BS, but like the non-fundamental things in life, you should keep their innocence to a degree. You know what I mean? And then once they reach a certain age, that's when you should allow them to choose and make that decision whether they want one or not. Because even some celebrities, they don't even let their children have social media until probably like 16, 17.
Yeah, because they're targeted.
Because they're targeted and like people say horrible things just to mess with people.
Like LeBron's son,
You know what I
got
mean?
caught smoking weed.
And you know how they did the Obama girls, like
Yeah. Well,
He
Sasha,
probably
she
smoke
be
weed
on
every day.
Sasha be on 10.
But I mean, she's still a normal teenager. You can't hold her
Yeah.
to a certain standard because her father was the president.
But then that's why
But
your
that's what the
page should
world
be
do.
private.
It should.
That's
Your
what the
page should
world
be
do.
private.
It absolutely
world-
should.
Even if your
But
page private though, you're not. So somebody can record you doing something.
That's the messed up part.
right, you don't have any
She
privacy.
need them same little papers Beyonce got when you go to Beyonce parties, NDAs.
Non-disclosure agreements.
I don't want to listen to this music.
But
We'll be back, y'all. We'll top into something else a little bit.
I ever heard some music that's too loud. You think it's yours? Hold on.
No. Somebody took off your clothes?
right.
I don't like how that nigga shit was beat.
Nah, I don't like how it was beaten. What's going on here?
That was.
Wow.
Bro, when I say it was. Oh, that's the.
I think so.
Yeah, we can
She
definitely.
muted already.
No, I didn't.
No.
I
I'm glad I
absolutely
didn't say what I said then.
did not. There we go.
Wow, look at this. 94% of people believe company culture is important to.
Now, I've been using Manscaped lawnmower for about a year and a half. The #1 trimmer for shit.
Deep in that pussy, I beat it up. She love when we fuck cause I hammer her. That shit was so tight, had me feeding her. The air was so fat and the head was tough. So strong in the mind, ain't no flexing her. Came up in the hood, ain't no checking her. I'm blowing her rest, had the bells of her. She throwing it back in the Tesla. Came up on her own, ain't no stressing her. She move like a goon when the shit get tough. She stuffing the leaf like pressure. She dropped her knee in my day with her. She gets the tail just to stand them up. I just might fuck her on camera. She said she into that freaky shit. She nasty fucking like Pamela. Smoke a elder, boost my stamina. I just might sleep in it all night. Give me that look in his own sight. Peeping that gut with his long palm. She love when a real nigga in her guts. I hit from the back, I be killing her. I turn her around, I be drilling her. I love how she shake when she catching us. She love when a real nigga in her guts. She love when a real nigga in her guts. She love when a real nigga in her guts. She love when a real nigga in her guts. She like all that freaky and kinky stuff. I dig it down, put my thumb in her butt. She was basic, you know that I bite her. Yeah, that pussy good, but I ain't wifing ya. I'm all in the mouth, yeah, I trying her. I don't need all your time, just one night with her. Ain't taking you out, ain't no dating hoes. Foreign bitches, I got 8 of those. You want some kids, I told her swallow those. She eat the dick up like it pop it though. Get sloppy topic, eat sloppy Joe. Trading bitches, we can swap her. When the quantity free, got a lot of hoes. You going out bad, need to borrow. I'm so slimy, cut the for my partner hoe. When he asks about it, I say I don't know. Pussy ain't having whole big party. Probably got your auntie on the market. I got all type of hoes and all type of price. Determine what is your bargain. Domestic violence in the pussy. I'ma fuck on your hood, she lucky. And I'm selling wood for her with low self-esteem. So baby, come book me. She love when a real nigga in her guts. I hit from the back, I be killing her. I turn her around, I be drilling her. I love how she shake when she catching us. She love when a real nigga in her guts. She love when a real nigga in her guts. She love when a real nigga in her guts. She love when a real nigga in her guts. She love when a real nigga in her guts. She love when a real nigga in her guts. She love when a real nigga in her guts. Oh, she love when a real nigga in her guts.
Drake ain't what you say. What's up, Drake ain't better keep playing. We want the money, we aim for the bank, yo. They see the money, they hang, yo. We get money, we pay. I'ma hit the wall, make them hit them foes. Make them drop and roll, make them get down low. Michael Jackson's toes hit the Tootsie Roll. My jewelry be frog, got Corona cold. Drake ain't the new wave if they didn't know. I just ate that beat like some nacho balls. They already knew our wave. 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 Wait, 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 wait. They already knew our wave. 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 All that water make them drown. Do your dance, break it down. If you gon' stop, make a sound. We counting up, they counting down. I woke up, do virtual learning. I get to my rest, my earnings. I'm with a little baby called surfing. Give a candy bag, not a Birkin. I'm the wave, I'm the move. I'm the motion, what's the move? They no trick, ain't bet the rules. For the lie, breaking news. They already knew that I was stealth. Felt like Kappas by myself. BB Simons on my belt. I get wavy, Michael Phelps. They already knew our wave. 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 Wait, 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 wait. They already knew our wave. They already knew our wave. They already knew our wave. They already knew our wave.
Say I do anything for my niggas. But why feel like they wouldn't do the same thing for me? Do anything for my bitches. But why feel like they wouldn't do the same thing for me? Niggas seem like they switch up every time the motherfucking sun down. I wonder why the fuck you come around. Whole broke ass looking dumbfounded. I told her I don't need an ultrasound. Got a bus ticket for the Greyhound. I know your head was
Welcome back to my dysfunctional family. So, our last song, we just had Mr. Wavy, one of our little kids that came to the show. And, well, speaking of kids, how old is too old to start having some kids?
How old is too old to start having kids?
Yes. Is there a time limit? And if so, what's the time frame? Personally,
You can't say shit.
my auntie
She already got babies.
had a baby, had my cousin, which is the same age as me. She's actually my mother's auntie. So my mother got pregnant.
Wait a minute. Slow
My
down.
great auntie. So listen, my great auntie, my cousin is 7 months younger than me. So when my mother was 2 months pregnant, she was like, how the hell my niece having a baby before me? So she rushed and got pregnant, had a baby at 40, 45, something like that. And that boy is hell on wheels. Run her over, talk disrespectful, all types of shit. So for a woman, I feel like you should definitely not start having kids in your 40s.
So you think 40s is too old to start having
To
kids?
start having kids as a woman,
But
because
a man
you're
can
not
have
gonna be
kids.
As a man, what do you think?
because I feel like men first of all they don't really have a time limit on when they can have babies. They don't really have a time limit of when that shit stops, and I feel like it depends on.
If the Lord ain't stop it, don't you stop.
I feel like it depends on the woman that you're with, because a lot of men that's 40. My baby daddy's 40, so I mean he started having kids at 37.
Oh, cool.
His first child, 37. So I mean, I feel like for men, you could start having babies in your 30s, late 30s. I wouldn't really.
60s.
You
So is
could.
there a cutoff? So you saying there's no cutoff for men?
I feel like there should be at least maybe like 40, 45, because you like when you start turning 50, 60, your child is literally still in your house, and you're gonna be running after whooping a kid, and you damn near tired. You about to be retired. How the hell you gonna start having kids when you about to be retired?
Because you can
Now you got more time for them.
You do got more time for it, but then you also spoil them to the point where they can disrespect you.
I think that's about the person.
Kids
I
be
think that's the
spoiled
individual.
anyway. They spoiled when they're young anyway.
I think it's the individual.
Maybe.
I agree with that.
What you think, Tashawn?
Yeah.
I think y'all did that on Cadence. That's what's up. I don't think there's an age limit on how it is. I think
For men or women?
as far as raising them, no. As long as you're still healthy to have them, and you can handle them and you can raise them, then I wouldn't put an age cap on it, because sometimes, you may be more career driven in your early 20s and you wait till your late 30s to start having children. You know what I mean? And then there's pros that come with that, But I think you should have them as long as you can have them, as long as that you want to have them. But I wouldn't cap anybody off from having children at a certain age. As long as you're financially able to keep them to where they're not neglected. And
There's a lot of broke niggas out here, young as hell and old as hell, that's having children.
And having children, and then the children is suffering from it. You know what I mean? They're a product of their circumstances. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's me. What you think, Coach?
Cool.
Do you think there's an age that a man or a woman should cut off and not be having children?
Well,
Somebody just liked that comment from UT. Because our comment just went up. Our likes went up.
Shout out to the YouTube audience.
hold on. All right, so I believe I'm just trying to do something real quick. Hold on. Can't focus. I just can't focus. All right. I believe that, necessarily, is there an age limit for when women or just people should stop having children?
People
Women
in
or
general,
men?
men and women.
Women or men?
Each one.
All right, yeah. So I believe there's a certain cutoff, right? But I don't want to necessarily say
that number.
it's in it's your 50s.
50s?
No, I think about 50 is when
You go
before
through
50s,
menopause and you
should
damn
stop.
near stop having your periods.
I think
You
about
can't
like
even have it.
45, 40.
For women or men or both?
For both. Because I say this because at this point in day and age right now, like, we can save our eggs. You know what I mean? Men save sperm. But then also, the age of 40, 50, people are still young. People are still running around living their best lives, and they don't even look half their age. Children-wise, like, what if you took your time to get to where you are, and now you're officially ready? Like, when am I supposed to tell somebody when they should and shouldn't have kids? What if they're not ready to have children?
Sarah had her
But-
at, what, 100?
Naomi Campbell just had a girl, a baby girl. Probably had a surrogate, but still, she got a child. You know what I mean? And it's like she did everything she wanted to do in life, and now she has the time
To give somebody else.
a life that
They deserve.
She can support, and she probably she obviously worked her butt off to get it, but it's still like she has the time to take and give that child their attention. Like, that's going to be a very well taken care of child.
Developed child. And I think that solves a problem. Like, especially when you have your children too young and you're still growing up with the child.
Mm-hmm.
You know what
that's
I mean?
even that's kind of.
Well, it's some old stupid people too, though.
Yes, it is. So it's like it doesn't necessarily. It does matter about like having children too young, but at the same time, you know, children bring the best out of people sometimes.
Right.
You never know.
'Cause I know my dad had me when he was damn near 40, but he started when he was 16, 15 actually.
Well, I'm gonna say this. My place on it is.
Don't let them pressure you, Don.
No, on my notes as far as like, let me start. Look, I'm looking at it. But nah, fuck me up. As far as an age limit for women, I definitely think they should stop at like 20. No, just playing.
Excuse me.
I was just kidding.
You better be.
I really don't. I think if your body is set for it, I think you should do it. I don't think nobody should put no age limits on nothing because it's that person's body. If a motherfucker want to have a baby at 70 and they still can have one, let them do it. It's their body, their prerogative. I think a lot of times we get way too caught up in it. My personal opinion is I don't think you should start having kids after, like, as a man. I don't think you should start having kids after, I would say about
60.
I'd say 50. I don't think you should start at 50. If you start having kids at 50, I don't think that's fair. Because you're already like...
You should probably limit how many children you have.
Not even limited how many children you have. If you start at 50, just being honest, at 68, that's when your kid is graduating. I don't think you're going to be able to provide those certain things.
And then also you have to think about you're 50, so that means you are like that much closer to death as well.
Exactly.
And your child, like that's another stigmatism that children have when their parents die, and you're more able to handle it when you're in your 40s, 50s. You're like okay, my parents is getting up there, this, that, and the third. But when you're 20, you're not really thinking about losing your parents. You don't want to really think about losing your parents.
Tomorrow's not promised to the 20-year-old either.
At all.
But you have a more likely, more of a likely of a
But
chance.
think about being 40 and your parent is 90. Like you're 40 and your dad's 90.
What about it?
There's some people like.
I mean, there are people like
there
that.
are.
I didn't say
Nobody
it
said it
I
wasn't.
said
I wouldn't paint a bad stigmatism over it.
This is why it's mine. My feeling about it is at 50, I don't think a man should do more. For a woman, I think 45 is probably would be my cutoff for like a woman is starting to have children. Like if you've already had some children and you want to still have them, I think you should stop. I think a woman should stop at 50 too. I think 50 is like nobody should be having kids, starting kids, nothing with reproducing kids after 50.
There's a saying that the old folks say. They say, I'm old, not cold.
I just think keeping up with a kid is a lot. Like
It is.
At 50 trying to keep up with a child, I don't even want to like at 50 like my mom will be 50 in 2 years. I wouldn't let I wouldn't even want to have to leave my kid to my mom at that. You know what I'm saying? I would hope my little sister would be able to step up. You know what I'm saying?
But then because then it goes into like our grandparents actually being grandparents. Like, not saying that you can't be a grandparent being young, but like at that time you get that extra love and extra time to be molded and show like the greater values of life instead of, because you got some grandparents that's in their 40s and what they doing? I running these streets.
They still in the streets. But I'm saying, think about your grandma. Though. Think about this. Your grandma, if your father is 50, that means your grandma is 70.
He's actually turning 50.
I'm saying, I'm saying, if your father is 50, like when you're born.
Your dad's a Gemini too?
Yes.
When you're born.
You probably won't have grandparents.
You probably won't have grandparents. You know what I'm saying? So that grandparent role might not even be there. If you start having kids at 50, let's say your grandparents had them at 20. Your grandparents are 70.
Yeah. But your parent, wouldn't you say your parents would be mature enough to still play the grandparents' role?
They would have a choice.
Because but they'd be able to hold it down. Like how many times? Like I used to see this. Like I used to see this a lot to where parents have, you become a parent young, and it be the grandparents that do the first couple of Christmases for your kids because you can't do it yet.
Right.
Yeah, but if you're 70,
but you're not gonna really remember if your parents could do that at 1 year old or not. Christmas doesn't really matter to a 1 year old. They're not gonna really remember that. It's just starting the journey of them knowing, okay, when Christmas comes around the next year, they're gonna be more accepting, and they're gonna know what it is when it comes around next year. But they're not gonna remember the first one.
Not the first one, but it goes all the way up to about 7 years old.
Yeah, but they're not gonna remember that shit.
Long termly, but it weighs on the parents. Like, damn, I couldn't get my kids, anything for real for Christmas for real because I'm paying all the damn bills.
But then again, what you're putting in your kids,
I think y'all talking about something else.
Right.
Let's talk about that on another time.
Let's go out the rabbit hole. Let's come on out the rabbit hole.
We can talk about that on another time with parents as far as that's concerned. So everybody agree that nobody over 55 should be having kids.
I say skeet until it run out. Damn it.
You said what?
Skeet until it run out is what you said.
I was still thinking.
Please do.
Do it. Yeah, skeet till it run out.
Okay, this is a personal question. What's the latest you will have a child?
30. If I don't have another baby by the time I'm 30, I ain't having no more kids.
Cody, I'm assuming that 45 is your number.
Wow.
What?
Is 45 your number?
What?
The latest you will have a child.
No, I'm having children before then.
I said the latest you will have one.
The latest I will have a child is probably 35.
I figured she was gonna say 35.
Cool. I just want to see how deeply does she feel about her point. Go ahead. What's the age?
Try to call me out.
What's the age that you think you will not have a child? Like you saying, all right, I'm good, I'm done.
No, okay, wait, 39.
39? That's the latest you'll have a child.
That's the latest I have a child.
I don't want to put no limitations on God. So,
He said, I'm already 35.
I'll take
Nigga gotta add on the extra years.
I'll take children, between me and my wife as long as the Lord will give them to us.
That nigga,
That
was
was
the politically correct.
It was a very good answer, wasn't it?
Very politically correct. And Don?
33.
33, you cut it off?
Pushing it.
I got 3 years. Somebody better come get these nuts.
Snip, snip.
Somebody. Oh, wow.
I don't want to be an old dad, bro.
I feel you.
Like, I do want to be that dad that people walk up like, is that your daddy? I don't want to be.
You don't want to be the old pops. You still want to be able to play football.
I thought that was your grandpa. No.
That's your granddad? I don't want to be that's your granddaddy.
Well, look, and you touched on another subject, but don't break down. You feel what I'm saying? Don't you know, like, the human person is supposed to last at least 100 years? Hell, we start getting old. At today's day, by 25, they start calling you up.
Hey,
25?
I mean, technically it is the unk age, bro, because niggas aren't making it to 25.
I was an auntie at 10, so.
That's crazy.
But then again, you got to think about the span. Like, if you could have siblings that are way older than you, make you an auntie.
You didn't even say.
But you get my point. You get the picture.
My bad. My brother was an uncle at 4 years old, 3 years old.
What?
Biologically, yeah, I'm sure. But you get the picture. Take care.
But anywho.
These grays coming in now.
Right. I don't got time to keep turning gray, and I don't got time to be running out of gas. So let's talk about these gas shortages, Tashawn. Let's go ahead and get it to it, because we got shit to do.
Gas over $3, and apparently there's only regular. I can't find nowhere that got 93 or 80.
This shit is a sham.
And that's crazy, because by my house they told me that they only had
regular.
Mid-grade. No, they said they don't have any regular or
Well, I'm in the city. They all they got is regular.
And everywhere I see, they always got diesel.
Premium.
I mean, I don't never really have to worry about that. I don't really have no gas shortage. I don't even know what you're talking about.
Right, because really and truly, you can make biodiesel.
So I haven't had the whole gas shortage. I've been able to pull up the gas stations with no problem. Like gas been $3 a gallon for me.
Yeah.
And the gas prices have not changed on diesel. Right. If you haven't noticed, it really hasn't.
Right, our shit been $3. Like we love to see 2 something sometimes.
And what's crazy, when I was younger, diesel was always cheaper than regular gas because diesel is cheaper to make, for one.
But the thing that changed with that, and this is kind of off subject, the thing with there's way more tractor trailers on the road than there was when we were children. So like, and there's a lot more cars that take diesel. Like there wasn't that many cars when we were kids that took diesel. Now there's way more tractor trailers. There's way more cars that are like running off of diesel.
Right.
But I think the gas shortage personally is bullshit. Like I think this is another one of those plans. Yeah, even like when we had a trash shortage or we had a coin shortage. Like how do we run out of? I mean, I said trash shortage. I mean a toilet tissue. Like these things didn't just go away. People just went and grabbed a lot of it. It's not like they're gone though. And even with the gas shortage, they're saying that somebody hacked into the system and the system was just an old system. Like it's just like the timing on it. Like everything is always just, it always just seems so sporadically. This happened right before the summer. This happened right before Joe Biden did the whole mask mandate shit. Like I just feel like it's too well planned into certain things, and I bet you it'd be up before June.
Low key.
They were trying to keep you. I think they were trying to keep you in the house.
That's exactly because ain't nobody staying home no more.
Biden was like, okay, y'all can, if you don't have a mask on, let's take this. Y'all take this shit off. Okay, cool. If he gonna do this shit, we gotta slow them down some kind of way. Because people would be outside with this shit.
They already are outside.
I mean, in Atlanta.
Hey y'all.
Atlanta, we ain't stopping.
Honestly, there's people running around here with little gas tanks, little gas gallons. And they just stacked and stacked. And I saw somebody actually I saw this lady fill a plastic bag full of gasoline.
What?
And put it in her trunk. A plastic bag. And so it's like you said with the toilet paper, people are ODing like for no reason. I mean, there's a reason, but now you're just being greedy.
Now, if that shit bust.
It probably did.
I'm sure it did. What was it, a Ziploc?
No, it was an actual plastic bag that you tie.
Trash bag.
Not even a trash bag. It's one of them bags you get from like.
Poker bag?
No.
Oh.
Probably a Goodwill bag, actually. I ain't gonna lie.
Like a grocery bag?
Hey, if we run out of gas,
that shit is definitely spilling in her car.
You blowing up in flames, baby.
If we run out of gas, we can always use Everclear. That shit is starting.
How you feel about the gas, Brad?
It will.
I said it. I went first. Next time.
Okay. Should it be a time limit on relationships?
What are we talking about? Is this an engagement? Is this an
relationships?
engagement or is this a boyfriend-girlfriend situation?
I was assuming we were talking about a boyfriend-girlfriend situation.
Okay. Time limit.
So if this ain't ever happened, like I ain't
call it quits.
Or what if we just vibing and we good? Like what if adding anything
That's
else?
The thing.
What if adding anything else could complicate what we have going on?
It does.
That's
for some people.
It's like
if we put a title on this thing and say we married.
Come on, you know that's in the book. We know that. You know what I'm saying? We know that down.
But I'm saying in the book, we've already done everything. The book has we've already done everything else except for this part. As far as claimed it in front of who?
You know good and well that after a year or 2 or 3 years, she gonna want to know. Okay, what we doing?
What we doing?
I don't think so.
That's in their book. Yeah. That's in their book, which is fine, which is cool. But I just want to ask y'all, what is your number that after 2, 3, 4 years of going steady, when should you expect for him to take it to another?
Okay, so I'm gonna start with the first part of the relationship. I feel like
you want me to propose on the second
no.
date? Oh, okay.
I'm saying
on the second.
I'm saying I feel like there should be a
girlfriend?
specific time limit. Yeah, on the girlfriend boyfriend relationship. Like if you see certain things and certain signs, it shouldn't be a extended period of time before you just give up on that shit. It should be like, okay, I'm gonna give them this amount of time to get their shit together, and if they don't, I'm moving on because I got shit that I got to do for myself and for my life, and you're not going to continuously hold me back from anything that I have to do. So I feel like it should be a specific time limit for that part of the relationship, because I really don't know what this question is asking. And then the next part of the relationship, if you decide that you want to be with them, and if they don't know that they want to be with you or not, whether you are wanting them to propose or whether they're telling you that they are going to eventually marry you, I feel like that should be by 2-year mark. I feel like if we continuously, first of all, because you can have a baby in 9 months, you should know that a man knows if he want to be with a woman by the first year that he's with them. If he doesn't, then why are you still here?
That they want to be with them or that they want to marry them?
If they want to,
two different things, because you can be with somebody and not marry them.
Yeah, but that's also your mindset. Some people don't want to get married. But if you want to get married, you're not going to continuously waste another year of your life with somebody that you don't want to marry. Are you?
I mean, for each person it's different. You know what I mean? What's your number, Cody?
I'm going to talk to Dawn.
You want to talk to me? Yeah. Oh! She wants to talk to me.
I sure do. I sure do.
Y'all fucking crazy.
So I don't really have a mark. I don't really have I don't think it never crossed my mind, you know what I'm saying, as far as like, oh, I'm gonna be with her for 4 years. It has seemed like that though. It seems like if I look back on my relationships after 4 years, we either went this way or we went this way, you know what I'm saying? Well, we all went that way. But I'm just saying, we all, obviously I'm not with none of the girls who I was with 4 years prior to these 4. So I guess mine would probably be 4 or 5 years, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think over time, especially like this, even if you're alone, as me as a man growing, I'm so happy I didn't get married. Because I've been engaged before. I proposed to a girl before. And it didn't work out.
Well, the city went up on that one now.
Yeah. Trying to tell you.
Yeah, I proposed to a young lady before, you know what I'm saying? It didn't work out, you know what I'm saying? Based off our situations.
The whole hood was made.
Yeah, that's a whole nother topic. But
that's funny.
To even say that didn't work.
Let him do his 2 minutes.
Yeah, to say that didn't work after something that I just knew would be like, oh, this is the person who I'm gonna be with for the rest of my life.
I want to say this joke so bad.
I feel you, because I mean, you know that I'd have been proposed to 3 times, and I told my dad this the other day because he said that he said that he's thinking about getting a divorce because his wife is nasty. I've been to the house. Damn. She got a whole fucking petting zoo. And
stop snitching.
Listen to, shut up. I don't have a filter and I don't give a fuck because at the end of the day, anything I say about anybody, I could say to their damn face. I'm not two-faced and I'm not fake. And I'm not two-faced and I'm not fake. I'm gonna say what the fuck I want to say. And if you got a problem with, anywho. If you got a problem with it, this is the camera. If you got a problem with it, then fuck you. But anywho, so she got a whole petting zoo, new puppies and everything, and he's just like, I can't do this. Like, this is not the way I'm used to living. I'm like, yeah. When I went there, I was just like, my dad is living like this. Like, I know my father is very like, and this, that, and the third, and we don't like cats. She got cats, dogs, fucking billy goats in the backyard for all I goddamn know. It's like literally like
have they been together, Sean?
They've been, my dad married her out of nowhere. They was business partners for a year. Then he married her randomly. So I'm like, he's like, man, I'm about to get a divorce. I see the difference between me and you is I got my shit from you because you rush into relationships and shit. I said, but the difference between me and you is I'm not going down the aisle if you're not for me. I said, I've been engaged 3 times and you ain't gonna make it down the aisle if you ain't for me.
Question? No, I ain't gonna bring it up. We'll ask the question.
Yeah, my engagements, I think the longest engagement I've had was probably 6 months.
That was another question.
But yeah, the longest engagement I had was 6 months.
How long do you date somebody before you call it quits?
For the general like relationship, the longest I've been with somebody was like 6 months. Unless like I'm like, let me just stick this out and see if I could do it.
So you cut niggas off quick.
I do, I really do, because I don't have time for bullshit. I usually do, but this last situation is like moved in with somebody. It's like that's a whole nother ball game when you live with somebody. It's like you can't really just put them out their own shit.
Mark Hackworth decided to jump in. Hey, Mark.
Hey, Mark.
Mark.
You missing your seat?
He says he don't have a definite time, but this is where doing your due diligence is important. Dating with the purpose is important. Definitely having destination helps you guide the journey. Now, I can answer and say, I feel like you can date for a time frame of 5 years and truly know, like, okay, I'm messing with this person. I think we can take it further, or just like 7 is top. Can't go past that. That's it. Because at that point in time, I understand you're comfortable, but now you're too comfortable. Let's make a decision, because I'm not meant to be somebody's girlfriend for the rest of my life. You know, some people are okay with that, though. My auntie was okay with that. Because once they got married, shit went up in flames. It's not the same.
I think the other thing about it, especially with somebody that long, what are you going to change?
And they were together for 14 years.
What are you going to do after? What are you going to do more
They
at
finally
14
broke
years?
up. They broke up.
Because like, my thing is with that. Go ahead, brother. First, let me get your answer, and I'm gonna just say something about after being with somebody so long.
So 1 year. That's my max.
You date for a year, and then you know if you want to marry them.
To see if like that's my maximum time. I'll give the relationship a year. Like, if I'm already interested in you, we together, right? And if I can't see myself marrying you or being with you, like forever, like, to death do us part, who I'm gonna build with and bring my kids through and everything, right? Then I'll end it.
Why
What's the longest you've been in a relationship, Bradley?
I'll end it. My longest relationship, 3 years.
So
did you stick around for those extra 2 years and already knowing that you shouldn't be?
No. It was I wanted to marry for the whole 3. It was just some deal breakers. And then when I came to the realization, it was an opening for me that, okay, this is a deal breaker, and now things going downhill.
What made you go those 3 years?
Let's love. You love a person, you hope for the best, you know what I mean? And everybody, people.
You just contradicted yourself. I just want to let you know that.
What? Well, because you love them?
Well, you said the cutoff is a year.
It's a year. Is this the new cutoff after you done been through that 3-year relationship, and you like, I ain't gonna waste 3 years of my life after 1 year, and I know that you do a person that I can see my rest of my life with.
Or did you have that mentality before?
Or did you always have that mentality?
Property Plan Reality says, for a man with a vision, it takes a couple months to know. Hold on. Oh, they took their comment back. Never mind.
Why you take a comment back? Drop it again. Say it with your chest.
Say it with your
What
chest.
she asking is, you said that your cutoff was one year, but you just said your longest relationship was 3 years. Why did you last 3 years when your cutoff was only 1?
Realty.
Or did you always
Property
believe
Plan
that
Reality.
I was still,
or did that just come about?
That first year, that second, that third year, I would have certainly married that woman.
Okay, so you had the intentions on marrying at that point. Okay.
Yeah.
But you didn't propose.
Yeah,
So that we're talking about, when is the cutoff?
A year. Does that make sense?
So at this point in time in your life right now, you dating somebody, and it comes to a year.
You gonna propose?
Are you going to propose within that year of dating them?
Probably not.
Then they can't say that a year is a cutoff.
No. It's the mindset that I will marry this person.
No. The mindset is, I'm ready to marry this person.
Hold on.
That's not what we said.
That's not what we said.
That's two different questions.
That's not what we said.
The question was never really, understood what the actual question was.
That's not what I said. So I'm basically saying I'm not going to be in a relationship for 2 and 3 years. No, I'm not going to marry that person.
So her interpretation, and then just to get her answer out, because I understand now, because this is how she answered her question. At what point, what's too long to hold out on marriage with a woman? Like, how long is too long before you say, will you marry me?
Well, that's a good question, because I also think there's some other variables that go with that. You got to be financially ready for marriage. You got to, what you gonna, you know what I'm saying? You got to have.
So how long?
Yeah, what you call it? That's a difficult question, because it depends on where you're at in your life. Yeah, we'll go back to the next one.
No, I'm talking about you think about it right
I'm thinking about it. Yeah.
You think about it right
now.
now.
I'm saying, so at 3 years, with this young lady, let's just say, because that's your longest relationship. Why wasn't marriage in a consideration? Why wasn't marriage even on the table? Why wasn't it an engagement?
I couldn't afford it.
So for those last 2 years, you were wasting her time?
No, it wasn't a waste of time.
But your cutoff was a year. Your cutoff was a year. You gave her 2 more.
You're confusing us, Bradley. Say what
I'm
you
not.
said.
Okay, so let me say this without interruption. The question is, right? Your question is how long? What is it? How long would you be with somebody before you know you're gonna marry that person or not?
Yes.
I can say a year before I can see myself. Okay, I think I can spend the rest of my life with this person. Right. That doesn't mean that immediately after that year we're going to get married, though. It means that I'm still here. So that means I will potentially marry.
So the second question
that makes sense.
Yeah, it is. And the second question is, how long are you going to lead that person on until asking them for their hand in marriage?
Well, I don't think you...
Because your cutoff was a year.
That's not my cutoff. Yeah, see, why you...
Bradley is right. Bradley is right. What's your situation? The timing is secondary, and where y'all going?
Yeah, bye.
They ain't say
I love my audience. Shout out to the audience.
The same nigga who like your shirt.
That's the same person that deleted their comment and
No,
came
that's a new way to walk.
Whatever.
Shout out to New Way to Walk.
But listen, that's what I'm so how long you'll string along a lady for 10 years?
No.
That's
marriage.
What is the Bradley, answer the question.
A new way to walk also said marriage isn't about timing, it's about preparation.
Y'all confusing me on this.
So this is Bradley's argument. I guess they're arguing the same thing. Bradley's arguing is there is no time limit on when I will marry you.
Thank you, a new way to walk.
But
no, I will marry you.
But there's a part to that. Because
we gonna get left.
You know what I'm saying? So you can take this away. If we've been dating for 2 to 3 years on, then I've already set in my mind that you are somebody that I can marry.
Okay, fair. Okay.
Bow.
But now,
no.
Listen.
You gotta finish it out.
What I'm saying is, okay, let's just say you don't get your shit together. Let's just say you just end up just staying at this steady level to where you can just maintain your life, what she got going on. Do you think? So does that mean you don't want? If you can't take care of her, do you think you should not marry her and let her go on about her business?
You married?
No.
Okay, cool.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
What if you never get
this
to that
is advice from a married person.
What if you never get to that point where you're financially you think you're ready?
I mean, then we'll just have a courthouse wedding or something
At
like
what
that.
Courthouse wedding.
At what
You know what I mean?
Bradley don't have an answer.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, thank you. Yeah,
Bradley's just pretty much saying he's going to be a bachelor for the rest of his life.
I am not saying
bachelor.
Right. That's pretty much what Bradley is saying. Bachelor. He's not getting married.
But just know if you made it past a year, he thought about marrying.
He thought about marrying you, but it's not for certain when he's actually going to do it.
I would like to marry you after a year.
No, he's not for certain. How many years after the
if y'all out there listening, all y'all got to do is wait around for 365. And then after that 365, it's coming.
You in limbo.
Just wait.
Yeah, trip.
It's
right,
coming.
because he can afford it now.
Right.
Yeah,
but he just don't know when he gonna do it.
Yeah, trip.
We saying the truth.
No, it's not.
But right now he just dates, so don't look forward to no year right now.
I'm taking resumes.
What's next?
Taking reservations.
Resumes.
We are going to take a 5
minutes.
Yes,
I love it. We'll be back, family.
Stay down. Shawty tried to fuck me over and play me like a playground. What's up with the hate now? She wants some safe, but that boy booting up Cape Town. I don't know nobody who stayed down. Say I do anything for my niggas. But why feel like?
Hey, yo, Ren, turn that up.
Shawty gon' switch on me when she start ballin'. She gonna check on her Instagram, she call me. Fuckin' with you till got me thinking that you all me. Can't give me that bitch, got these fuck nigga actin' salty. Strap in like style, got your ass lookin' so bossy. Who the fuck my drug, got your ass lookin' so saucy. Sport your hand with that cash, who the fuck you think that was all me. I stuck your neck, got your ass lookin' so frosty. Got so many bitches stay up on me, tryna hog me. I remember them bitch back in the day, they tried to dog me. You wanna get nothing but these days, now you tryna call me. Girl, you know that was all me. Shawty told me she loving that, can't even get a bitch off me. Cold world, my nigga, but motherfuckers so they all sleep. If you fucking on this nigga and you fucking me, you lost me. Who the fuck would ever thought that your way would cross me? Boy, boo, you know he gon' fold you like coffee. Shawty switched up on me, thought I had her with dog leash. Shawty gon' switch on me when she start ballin'. She gonna check on her Instagram, she call me. Fucking with you till got me thinking that you all me. Can't give me that bitch, got these fuck nigga acting salty. Strap getting like style, got your ass looking so bossy. Who the fuck my girl got your ass looking so saucy? Sports ass with that cash, who the fuck you think it was? That was all me. I stuck your neck, got your ass looking so frosty. Shawty gon' switch on me when she start ballin'. She gonna check on her Instagram, she call me. Fucking with you till got me thinking that you all me. Can't give me that bitch, got these fuck nigga acting salty. Strap getting like style, got your ass looking so bossy. Who the fuck my girl got your ass looking so saucy? Sports ass with that cash, who the fuck you think it was? That was all me. I stuck your neck, got your ass looking so frosty.
Okay, Southside shit. It is what I say cruising down Tara in my scat pad. Jocking them here. Slapping these
Okay, a Southside nigga, bitch. I came from the street. He called me for a feature, so I left a stain on the beat. He tried to act like a manager and dropped the song, but we all know that pussy nigga couldn't ride along. He don't even feel the game be with me, right or wrong. I was born in New Jersey, I get wavy on my song. She like, I don't got this number, bitch. Did my burner phone, I got a bad bitch. Yeah, she grew up and called her home. I had another bitch, her daddy tried to put me on, but that's another topic for a whole nother song. The plug dropped the load, cause he know I get it gone. I'm a tar bully, I am not from a zone. I be geek like E.T. but I need the phone home. We were having 10K before the 10K been alone. CPN for the win, Porsche come ride along, baby. CPN for the win, baby, ride along. Let's go. Mr. Pappy, don't stab it, don't stab it. Mr. Pappy, kick flavor. Mr. Pappy, getting paid. Mr. Pappy, don't stab it. Mr. Pappy, don't stab it. Look, okay. Look, a whole lot of money we be making on the homeboy. Shh, close your mouth and for yes watching, there they on us. A whole lot of money, cause I just made 10K in 2 days. That's a whole lot of plays, like, whole lot of money, but I swear I'm gon' get it. When the crew get it, yeah, you know we gon' split it. Nigga talking shitty, fuck it, we gon' split it. 2, 2, 3, hit him, made a nigga do a 360. I ain't gon' count, made him do a 360. Told the country nigga meet me at the Wing Dixie. Sold him pound of that OG for about $6.50. Hold up, wait a minute, I made him pay $55.50. He turned around and savage hit him with that 40 glizzy. Damn, we turn your ass into a statistic. If it's smoke, then you know the whole game blissing. They say that I'm what the rap game is. Mr. Pappy, Mr. Pappy, don't stab it, don't stab it. Mr. Pappy, kick flavor. Mr. Pappy, getting paid. Mr. Pappy, don't stab it. Mr. Pappy, don't stab it.
Try Norm Self. Check out for all. Safe, secure, and shockingly simple.
With his brother, because he graduated like 06 or something.
Zane, you said his name was
We
Zane.
back,
Yeah, he was
we
like
back, and we back,
elementary school, music school.
and we back, and we back. I done spilled the whole ashtray on myself. Terrible bully.
Terrible bully.
That shit hard.
Yes, it was.
But yeah, he gonna come. I'm gonna interview with these kids.
Get him to come through.
Got to.
Listen,
That was fine.
Don't stab me.
Make sure he pay that.
You can't.
You can't. You can.
We can say that.
Damn.
We can say that. We can say whatever we want to say.
Damn. Well, welcome back to the table. Welcome back to the dysfunctionals of the family. The family is tuning back in. We all tuning back in, and we got a few more minutes. So we gonna get into this topic that we probably could have tied into earlier. But why do we go out of town and buy new outfits to go out of town? You just went out of town, Don and Cody. Do y'all buy new outfits to go out of town, and why?
You know what? Ironically enough, nope.
Huh?
Ironically enough, I thought about this while I was getting ready to go out for the trip, and I said, why am I going out to buy new clothes and I have newly clothes in my house? Mm-hmm. And I could be saving this money for my trip instead of trying to look extra duper fly. Even though I already have extra duper fly stuff at home. Mm-hmm. Now, and the thing is like I be having like certain outfits and things in the closet that are just new and I haven't worn yet. And I'm just like, I don't necessarily have to go buy a new outfit just because I'm going out. Shoes, maybe, because they have to match the outfit at that point. But I don't think you have to every time. If you didn't wear your clothes a couple of times, then maybe yes. Yeah, you do. But not all the time. I don't believe you have to. Because I didn't.
Shit, I did. I went to fucking Las Vegas and I had a cart, $500 of fucking from Pretty Little Thing, and then I went on Shein and spent another $200 on bathing suits, and I ain't even wear half of this shit. See? So next time I go out of town,
sometimes when you buy it, you don't even wear it all the time. Like,
right.
I was just gonna say that. How many times do you buy the stuff? And then buy stuff, and when you go out of town,
and then
you don't even put
wear
on the stuff that you
didn't waste that money.
I can relate to that.
That you could have spent while you was out on that trip, but now you can go home like, damn,
But-
I didn't even wear it.
but
Gotta
look.
hang it up for next time.
But look, I had that fly ass fucking 3-piece bathing suit that I wore on a boat party this week, and I ain't had to go out and buy outfit because Lord knows I don't go to nobody party with no old clothes on because I don't want to take a picture in something that I wore last week
at home, right?
Exactly.
Right.
For me, it puts me in the mindset like if I'm going, and I ain't always do this, you know.
And the question is a two-part question. Do you do it to the club too? It's a club question too.
Probably not for the club, but if I'm going out of town, then yeah, I would go get a few fits. You know what I'm saying? And y'all right. Some of the stuff I would bring out of town with me, I may not even end up wearing. I may buy something out there and wear that out there or whatever. But for me, on why I do it, it puts me in the mindset of going out of town, and then I get to go through that, and
it's another excitement.
Yeah, it's for the excitement. You know what I mean? It puts me in the mindset of going out of town, and I start getting excited about the trip, and then creative juices flowing and what I'm gonna do and what I want to do. If I cop that and it's gonna look good in the speedboat, so let me get that one and I need four. You know what I'm saying? That's how I do it.
In the speedboat specific, not the jet ski, the speedboat.
I'm on the fence about it because on one side I be feeling I always get upset once I'm already in it. Like, damn, bro, like I bought these shoes or this fit,
and it don't look the way.
Not even that. I ain't even studying nothing. I'm not really studying nobody. It's not like this trip wasn't for nobody. And then sometimes I don't want. That's what I guess the realization. Like, oh, you bought this for yourself. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's more like a self-awareness on understanding why you buying it. You know what I'm saying? If you buying it because you like to look a certain way, then cool. But I noticed like I wore more wife beaters this weekend than anything. Like I was just wife beater shouting. It was wife beater nugget shorts.
And you've been eating raw for the last month just for the trip. So
it was like,
you might as
and
well.
I let it loose.
So do you eat raw oysters?
Yeah. Yeah, I love.
I just finished eating, so.
Yeah, but I mean, but like I think the question, the question was for me was, I see so many people just like go too far out with it. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes out to going to the club. Like every nigga in the club. Like I remember one day, like I hated when I looked around the room and I looked at the club as a whole different situation. I didn't look at a club as, oh, it's people in here having a good time. It's people here. I looked around the club and I said, damn, bro, it's like $60,000 worth of shoes in this motherfucker.
Crazy.
Like, there's some niggas in here with some $2,000 pair of shoes on in this bitch.
To go to the club.
Just to wear to the club.
And renting an apartment.
I see it's a nigga with some Giuseppe's on over here. I'm looking at the section I'm in. We got 5 bottles. That means we just spent over $3,000 or $4,000 to be right here. I look over at the bar. It's people still standing at the bar. I'm one of the niggas walking up to the bar because I'm tired of waiting on everybody at the table with the bottle. And like, and I was just like, I just looked at it on the whole concept of how much money's being spent here, and I'm going home with this same girl right here. Like,
Right.
like none of this shit mattered. Like none of this shit mattered. Like she was gonna fuck with me regardless on if I would have bought this outfit tonight or not.
Regardless.
But I'm putting on all this shit for what? And nobody else here probably even studying me because they worried about them so much.
Right.
And I think if it's not about yourself, I think that's one of the biggest things. Like, and I feel like
'Cause it
most people,
That's good philosophy right there.
majority of people in here are not doing it for themselves. Majority of people are doing it to flex to the next person. They even go back to the whole designer shit. Like, it was a nigga here with some $1,000, probably some $1,000 Balenci's on, and I had on my $50 Marshall shoes. But I'm happy with my
Marshall
shit.
shoes.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
I'm happy with my
wrong
shit.
with
Like,
it at all.
I've been in plenty of situations where a nigga have on some, I know it's some $1,000 shoes. And I done had on some $29 Reeboks, and niggas are asking me about my shoes, and then nobody even paying attention to this nigga got on these space boots. Like,
Right. I can't stand it. But like,
it go back. That kind of go back to that original question on like the designer thing. Is I just think like we get caught up way too much in the bullshit as our people. You know what I'm saying? As far as, especially our people. I think other cultures do it as well. But as far as the black community and the black culture is concerned. First off, if we get on a trend or something, we usually kill their clothing line. I like to say that. Like, we usually kill people's clothing lines. Like, that's the scariest thing about, like, being a clothing brand and being towards the black market.
And what's
like,
that? Like, how's clothing lines killed?
We're so trendy as far as our community and our culture is concerned. If you become a trend, a part of the black culture, you won't last that long. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody said the true religion thing was. And I personally like true religion. You know what I'm saying? It's not to tell you that it gets that. But, like, if you think about clothing brands when it comes through the black line, the shit usually get killed after the black people get a hold of it. Like Gucci and them made it. Like people don't really even if you think about the products. Remember, everybody was wearing Pradas at one point. Everybody had a pair of Prada shoes. But once the black people got a hold of it, it was like, damn, you don't even see Prada like that no more.
Black people devaluing clothing brands.
I think it's just that we're too trendy. What happens is once we get on it, we put like a big bubble around it, like, oh, this is what we doing.
We write it off,
and then once you say stop doing it, we're so influential to the world, it cuts off other people. Oh, the black people ain't doing no more, so it can't be the thing anymore. But if we was just to stick to it, like Sean John should be the biggest shit ever. FUBU was the biggest thing ever.
Yeah, I was gonna say that too.
Jabot,
Felines,
Inichi, Mecca, Pele.
Kids.
But just think about those clothing lines only had like a. I think that's what Tommy Hilfiger was trying to get at. When he was like, I don't want black people wearing my clothes. I think we took it as like, oh, he don't want black people in shit. I think he understood even more. So then, like, once they get a hold of it, the shit go away. Like, they throw you out the way. I need those solid customers who gonna stick around.
Right, because we trying to keep up and always have the newest shit. You know what I mean?
Keeping up with the Joneses and all that good jazz.
Yeah, I mean, I know I'm definitely a victim or I don't know what to say. On my way to the airport, I stopped and bought me a pair of shoes, like, and it was just like, I don't even need them. Like, my bag is already packed, ready to go. But it was like, it was just something like, oh, let's go ahead and grab a pair of shoes before we go hop on this plane, and it did give me a sense of satisfaction.
Right.
They call that retail therapy.
Some people
I do. I honestly do.
I'm having a down day, I go buy a new fit.
Personally, when I go out of town and wear these outfits, I don't wear them for other people because, for one, if I did, I would be taking pictures. When I was in Las Vegas, I literally said I have to have 3 outfits every day. At least 3 outfits a day, because I don't want to wear the same shit. And then I did have like pieces where I could switch it up and make it look like a whole new outfit and put a different shirt with it. And I literally would go back to the hotel because everything was around each other. And if I pass by my hotel or if I'm near my hotel, I'm going back and changing my outfit because I got enough shit. I bought enough shit to wear fucking 5-10 outfits a day.
Do y'all overpack?
Nope.
I do.
I don't. I think I did one time, and after that, I was like, man, never again, because I wanted to buy something while I was out of town. I couldn't fit it in my bag, and so it was like, At
least you thought about that before you bought. Like, you bought something out of town and you couldn't fit it. Did you buy it?
No, I bought something out of town, but I couldn't fit it in my bag.
No, I'm saying, did you already buy it, or you thought about buying? You couldn't buy it because you knew you wasn't gonna be able to fit it in your
I didn't buy it because I knew I couldn't fit it in my bag.
Yeah, I'm gonna make that shit.
That's a good thought.
And it was more so like, damn, so I really didn't even need all this stuff in here because I could have bought something else. And so now, and that's also about how you pack stuff too. So
But then it also makes it heavier. If you pack a whole bunch of stuff, you can't take it on the plane, or you're gonna be paying that extra. Right. But you know the cruise lines, they tell you can have 2 bags. I flew Southwest, and you best believe all my friends had they 1 bag, and Ashanti had 2 rolling suitcases full of shit, and I used it. But that's just me. I love design.
Southwest, though. I will say that Southwest lets you check 2 bags, and that be already in your plane ticket price.
And the plane ticket price is cheap. Not really.
Not really. Southwest is probably the. Don't keep scrolling.
And Southwest is the only airline that does not broker with anyone. You will not go on any platform and get a cheaper Southwest ticket. You can only buy, and I found this out when I was in Vegas too. You can only get Southwest tickets from Southwest. That's crazy. They don't broker outside with Hotline, none of that shit. Hotwire, whatever.
No, they don't. Southwest, you got to go through that shit. You can't even do it on Google.
Right.
Like you can't even go on Google and do Southwest flights. That should take you to the Southwest website.
I'll be booking the tickets, so it's good to know that.
Yeah.
And it's I always tell people it's always cheaper to fly on Saturdays and Tuesdays.
I thought it was Wednesday.
Saturdays
no.
and Tuesdays.
Saturdays and Tuesdays. Wednesdays is where it starts to pick the numbers start to pick back up. Tuesdays, because think about it. If you think about it, travel wise, on Saturdays most people are where they want to be because they want to enjoy their whole day of their Saturday, so they probably leave on their Thursday or Friday. On Tuesday, most people are either flying back on Sunday or Monday because they're trying to get back home to get back to work. On Tuesday, there's nobody really traveling because it's an open day where people either probably at work or they're not. Working at the airport, a bartender, that's the worst day to bartend at the airport is on Tuesdays. Unless you're doing it by yourself. Like I only work on Tuesdays if I'm bartending by myself.
I'm mad I gave up my Tuesday because I worked yesterday for one of my co-workers, and Tuesday used to be my day, but I said until the show is over, I'm giving up all these days. I'm only working 2 days a week.
What show is over?
The Black Runway Experience.
Coming up.
Yeah, I'm not playing about that. Y'all not finna take up my time, and I can't put my time into myself. Y'all not gonna happen.
Black Runway Experience.
Yes, and it's the day before my dad's birthday. So after that, we'll be driving up to Virginia Beach and have a little family vacay. But speaking of family vacations, y'all wanna go on vacation? We talked about it.
Now you can say it.
Y'all can catch me at underscore codename wit. My dysfunctional family is the underscore before, after the my and die dysfunctional.
Somebody else gonna drop that for her. I mean, y'all follow me at All-Star Dutch. No underscores, none of that other weird junk. And at nugga.nouglyGirlsAllowed. And at my underscore dysfunctional underscore family.
Y'all can follow me at Ashanti Deanna. Y'all can always also follow me at Lovely Shanti. That's my new Instagram that I'm putting up. And Lovely Shoes, LOVE. My lovely is LOVELEE. Lovely Shoes.
And you can hit me at T_Bradley on the gram. Right out every Wednesday from 6 to 8 right here in my dysfunctional family.
All right.
Follow me on my MySpace.
Wow.
Oh, the microphone.